Greek food is simple yet very unique. The cooking traditions in Greece have changed a little over the years. Greek food is healthy because the Greeks do not eat a lot of processed foods or animal fats. The food eaten in the country is largely based on what foods are available locally. They do not eat a lot of beef because there are not many lush pastures for cattle to graze in, but sheep and goats do alright. Traditionally, the Greeks have used sheep and goats for dairy animals. As they came to America, dairy from cows became more popular. The Greeks make a little bit of meat go a long way. When the Greeks came to America, meat became readily available, and meat became a prevalent part of their diets. As they began to include more meat in their cuisine, things like gyros became popular. Fish are a large part of their daily diet because Greece is on the Mediterranean. All year there are fish in season. The people of Greece take advantage of that. Tzatziki is a cucumber dish that is still popular in Greece and America today.
Today we're going to be making tzatziki. Alright, first you're going to take some Greek yogurt, and then add some chopped cucumber, and we're going to add some sour cream, some lemon juice, white wine vinegar, some fresh dill, minced garlic, and some salt and pepper. And then we're going to mix it all together and we'll have tzatziki. And there you have it, tzatziki, traditionally served with some pita chips. Poland's lush, fertile lowlands allow for the production of grains including rye, barley, and wheat, as well as several different root vegetables like carrots, beets, and potatoes. Its coastlines along the Baltic Sea and the many lakes and rivers that dot the rest of the country provided plenty of seafood. Meat was not a staple of the Polish diet, but of the meat eaten, pork was the most common due to the once vast hordes of wild boars. The large amounts of grain produced in the central part of Poland led to the consumption of many grain-based foods such as pastas, breads, and pastries. Since the vast majority of the Polish population was Roman Catholic, the widely observed fast for meat brought about the creation of many dishes containing the plentiful fish caught in the waterways of Poland. The core of the Polish cuisine stayed constant during the assimilation into American culture, but the less important meats and vegetables were replaced by American ones. Grains, cabbage, pork, and the root vegetables were among the portions of Polish traditional pastries of Poland is kolacki. It is a simple pastry that is usually filled with a jam made from apricots or raspberries. Fig Newtons are the American adaptation of this dish.
Now we're going to make kolacki, a fruit-filled cookie. First we're going to cream, butter, and cream cheese. We'll use this instead. Now we're going to add 1 cup of flour at a time as we mix. Now we're going to let this rest in the refrigerator.
Okay, I've got Eddie's kolacki dough that he made earlier, and I'm going to roll it out in a mixture of powdered sugar and regular sugar. And then I'm going to cut it into 2-inch squares and fill it with jelly. Okay, now I've got the dough all rolled out, and I'm going to start cutting it. Okay, I've finished cutting them now, and I'm going to put some jelly inside it and fold it up and put it on the pan. Alright, you take about, between a half teaspoon to a teaspoon of jelly, place it in the center of your rectangle. It's not really a square, it's a rectangle of dough. Then take the opposite corners, pinch them together like this. Something that looks like this. Then you place it on your pan. As easy as that. Okay, I finished putting together my clock sheet, and now they're going into the oven at 350 degrees.
Delicious. Russia is the largest country in Europe. To the east lies Asian countries, and to the west of Russia lies Western European countries. The climate of Russia is very harsh, and a lot of crops cannot survive here. Grains, root vegetables, and cabbage can survive the harsh weather of Russia. With these Russian grains, a dark and heavy bread is created. This bread is very popular. It is common for a man to eat a loaf of bread a day. Roasted meats, vegetables, soups, and stews are staples of traditional Russian cuisines. Italians largely influenced Russia in the 13th and 14th century with their exotic foods. The Italians taught the Russians how to make pastas, frozen gelatos, and pastries. These foods still play a major role in the diet of the average Russian today. Spittin is a popular winter drink in Russia. It is a warm berry-flavored non-alcoholic beverage. It is such a popular drink because the ingredients are readily available in both Russia and America to this day.
Now we're going to make a Russian winter beverage called Spittin. The first step of this is to take 10 cups of water and bring it to a very, very rigorous boil, as you see here. Okay. Next step is you add all the rest of your ingredients. You have some berry jam. Add that in there. Just plop it right down in there. Then you're going to take some honey. Put the honey in there. Some cinnamon. Some cloves. And some ginger. Then you bring this down to a simmer and stir it. Here's the finished product of our Spittin. Italy is located in southern Europe, surrounded by the Mediterranean Sea. Its diverse environment, containing regions of lush farming land to mountain ranges running throughout the country, led to the creation of a very distinct cuisine, which became even more diverse after the end of the Roman Empire, when its many regions were divided up into separate republics. These republics each developed their own very different cooking customs. Most of the Italian immigrants that came across the Atlantic, among the other second-wave immigrants, were from the southern regions of Italy. This part of Italy is known for its lush vegetation surrounding the rivers in the area. Vegetables like the tomato are very crucial parts of the southern Italian cuisine and can be found in nearly every traditional dish from the region. Once Italians reached America, their cuisine was forced to change. The vegetables that played such an integral part in dishes in Italy were not as readily available in the American towns that these Italian immigrants found themselves in. Grains and starches, which had already been a part of the Italian cuisine, started to become more popular than the specialty Italian vegetables and meats. Today's American noodles with butter is an adaptation of the Italian spaghetti con aglio e olio, which is a simple, easy-to-make recipe that requires only a few ingredients.
Now we're going to make pasta with garlic and oil. You're going to want to start with a cold pan, some olive oil. And we're going to add a few ladles of pasta water to stop the cooking, because if it gets too cooked, it's going to be bitter. Our pasta's also ready now. We're going to add the garlic and oil to the pasta. We're going to now add some Italian parsley. Our finished product.